The topic of the worldly protector Tsangpa Karpo is a little bit obscure because there's not a tremendous amount of art. Um, Also, there's not a lot of references in just a variety of texts, and there's not a lot of reference in a lot of the different schools and traditions of Tibetan Buddhism. So, to understand Tsangpa Karpo and to study the art, really, the subject needs to be divided into three kind of broad categories or study topics. So the first is appearance and identification. The second would be origins and relationships. And the third, regions and chronology of the art. So first off, Tsangpa Karpo is a Tibetan worldly protector deity. He has the appearance of a warrior. So for those of you that know the 11 figurative forms in Himalayan art, then Tsangpa has a Drala appearance. He is male, one face, two arms, dressed in warrior attire, meaning armor, possibly a helmet. Riding a horse. In his right arm he holds upraised a number of things, but more often than not he's holding a white sword or a sword made of crystal. In his left hand he's holding a bowl full of wish-fulfilling jewels. Sometimes he has a spear in the bend of the left elbow, standing vertically with a flag mounted at the top. So the horse is sometimes described as white, and at the top of the head, crown of the head, above a white turban or else a kind of a crown, then we have a white conch shell. Now this is very important because this is one of the main defining characteristics of Tsangpa Karpo. Without the white conch shell, we don't necessarily know who it is. So really it is the defining characteristic, along with being male, being white in color, and riding a horse. Now in terms of the appearance, sometimes he's peaceful, sometimes he's semi-peaceful, and on occasion he's actually wrathful. But he has to be white in color, and he has to have the conch shell at the crown of the head, atop the turban or atop the helmet that he's wearing. Now, in terms of origins and relationships, this is very complicated because some texts will say that Tsangpa is the peaceful form or peaceful emanation or peaceful deity counterpart to Dorje Setrap, the wrathful red Tsen deity. This is a little awkward because Dorje Setrap is a Tsen deity by classification, and Tsangpa Karpo is often classified as a Gyalpo. So these are two different classifications of demons or spirits in Tibet. Now also, some texts will say that Tsangpa Karpo is an emanation or belongs to the entourage or retinue of Pehar Gyalpo. Also, some texts might say that Tsangpa Karpo is actually none other than this Karpo Nipangse of the Bun religion, another white worldly Drala type deity, but in the Bun religion, and found quite early on as well. So for origins and relationships, Tsangpa Karpo is difficult to pin down. Now, in terms of regions and chronology of art, the majority of art we have is actually very late, and it's from Mongolia. We have two paintings that appear to be from eastern Tibet, and one of them is very much associated with the Gesar epic. Tsangpa Karpo is also mentioned and a character within the epic story of Ling Gesar. Now, there are three paintings which can be identified as being Central Tibetan. Two of them are from the Lhasa area, and one is from the Shigatse area. And these are dated to the either late 17th century or two of them to the early and mid 18th century. And then the third is dated to the late 18th century. So the art for Tsangpa Karpo that we have available, that is known to us at this time, is actually quite late. And a lot of the principal texts are really done by the Panchen Lama. So there's a lot of Shigatse Panchen Lama relationship here, as well as a Dalai Lama with Tsangpa Karpo and the late 17th century. So that's it for Tsangpa Karpo. 3 main points for study topics: appearance and identification, origins and relationships, regions and chronology of art. It really is best to break it into these 3 groupings. If you find these videos helpful, then you can press the like button, you can subscribe, you can share. You can also help support Himalayan Art Resources by joining HAR on Patreon.